What if I told you that today could alter the landscape of the AFC and put the Bears on notice? Can you feel the anticipation crackling in the air like electricity before a storm? The final holdout, the suspense stretches, and we're just hours away from revelation. Hit like, subscribe to Bears News Fan Report for every pulse-pounding update, and let us know down below. Are you ready for the chaos that could unfold in the league? Insider whispers are thick tonight. With murmurings swirling around Cincinnati, the air is heavy with speculation of contracts and cap space. All while we keep one eye peeled on the injury reports and the other on the shimmering possibilities that lie ahead. The Bengals are back in the spotlight, and they're not coming alone. Trey Hendrickson, the ferocious pass rusher, is finally ending his training camp holdout, stepping back into the fray today as reported by none other than NFL Media's Ian Rapoport. You might be thinking, why should we care about a Bengals player? Here's why. Hendrickson is looking to solidify his worth after racking up an astounding 35 sacks in just 2 seasons. We know the Bears have been on the hunt for defensive talent, and if Hendrickson secures the contract he's holding out for, it could set an explosive precedent that ripples through the league like a shockwave, awakening a sleeping giant in negotiations for bear-like intensity and tenacity. Now, think about this. He's been vocal about not wanting to play under his current contract. So can you imagine the emotion swirling in that locker room? It's like a ticking time bomb for the Bengals, who, just like our Bears, are trying to piece together a roster that is primed for a championship run. We're talking about a player who said, "There's nowhere I'd rather be than with the Bengals, but when push comes to shove, loyalty don't pay the bills." Remember the heartbreak of watching legends like Peyton and Urlacher struggle through contract disputes? That's the kind of drama that keeps you up at night. What if Hendrickson does land a lucrative deal? What does that mean for teams like the Bears, who are lurking in the shadows looking to pounce? Could they invest in their own defensive powerhouse? Or, heaven forbid, miss out again and find themselves staring at another year of discontent? Like a grade school crush that never blossoms, Bears fans are tired of sitting on the sidelines watching other teams flourish while we cling to memories of greatness. But hold on to your hats, because it's not just Hendrickson in the headlines across the league. Injuries are piling up like broken dreams. The Cleveland Browns just suffered a colossal loss with Martin Emerson, ruled out for the entire 2025 season after a ruptured Achilles tendon. Ouch! And Miami's Kader Coho is joining him on the sidelines, sidelined by a season-ending knee injury. The stakes couldn't be higher, not just for these teams, but for contenders and also for our beloved Bears, with potential free agents becoming devils in disguise finding a quality corner. Now will be tougher than last-minute holiday shopping during a pandemic. The sweet irony of fate when one player's suffering creates new opportunities for another team like Chicago. So here's where we land. Cincinnati's front office hopes Hendrickson's bold return to camp will spark those negotiations to secure a future. But it raises a haunting question. What if this contract circus pulls at the threads of team cohesion, fracturing that chemistry right before the season kicks off? Nothing is certain in this wild world of the NFL, and in the blink of an eye, we could witness either a renaissance of Bengals dominance or a gut-wrenching collapse. As Hendrickson steps foot onto that practice field today, know this: his every move will ripple through the knowers and the know-nots, reshaping expectations, and maybe even sending the Bears into spirals of strategic plotting. We're left in a fever pitch of anticipation, waiting for the next piece to fall in this unpredictable puzzle. One last thing lingering in the corners of our minds. What happens next once he suits up? Will the Bengals rise victorious, or will they crumble under the weight of their decisions? The answers loom like shadows just beyond the horizon. Every Bears fan in this dimly lit bar, let me remind you, our hearts are not just connected to a football team. They are intertwined with a legacy of grit, passion, and heartbreak that has filled this city's streets with the echoes of triumph and tragedy. Remember those incandescent nights under the harsh glow of a Midwestern sky, roaring with pride. When Walter Payton tore through the fences like a freight train. Now, as we find ourselves flipping through the seasons, the weight of disappointment rests heavier on our shoulders, a storm brewing as thick as the fog rolling off the lakefront. Look, we're whisked away on a roller coaster of locker room whispers and coaching conflicts that threaten to tear the very fabric of our hopes apart. Imagine a world where the future of the franchise hinges on the fragile dynamics of trust and strategy. The rift between the coaches and the players? It's not just a passing rumor, it's a lethal chasm that could cost us everything. What if this is the year we bury the ghosts of our past? But here's the thing, with the NFC North heating up, our fiercest rivals sharpening their wit, what good will it do if we can't even rally behind our own? We can hear faint echoes of William the Refrigerator Perry, of Mike Ditka's fiery speeches, and we can only wonder, are the new faces in our locker room ready to channel that unbreakable spirit, or will they crumble when the winter winds come howling? We say we want to honor the legacy of legends like Ehrlicher and Hester, but in those moments of truth, when the clock is ticking down and the play that defines this franchise is on the line, will they make the right call, or will we once again slip into the shadows of the past? Ours is a team that has danced with destiny before. We've tasted the bittersweet nectar of postseason glory, but for every 85 squad that made us champions, there's an 06 team that felt the sting of the final whistle, the anguish of 10 when we could almost touch the Super Bowl, and the devastating collapse of 18 that severed our hearts. As I stand before you, I feel the urgency pulse through the very veins of Chicago, a city that has seen its share of steel and struggle. Our beloved Bears must navigate these treacherous waters, forging through the ice with each brutal tackle and precision play. Look around you, feel that electricity, don't you? It's like thunder rumbling across the Navy Pier, a clear signal that something's got to give. We're at a crossroads. Can this year finally bring us electric nights full of celebration instead of fragmented dreams? In the shadows of Hollis Hall, the stakes have never been higher, and I'm sorely afraid we might just be one injury, one coaching misfire, or one bad decision away from watching it all crumble. The pressure is palpable. The ghosts of the past are howling for attention, and our city is dying for a resurrection. This year should be a baptism by fire, not one of betrayal. Where do we go from here? What can we hold on to as we ride the tempest of hope and despair together? I tell you, my fellow Bears faithful, whatever happens in that locker room next week could change everything for better or worse. Are we really ready to face that monumental shift? Will we rise from the ashes of our haunting failures, or will we let the howling winds of history sweep us back down once again? The clock is ticking, and the echoes of past victories meld with the chilling whispers of what's to come. It's up to us to decide if this is our year or maybe just another chapter in the never-ending saga of heartbreak.